Today we are going to talk about three things. First of all, the really big news that a cruise ship hit the pier as she was coming into port today. Also, the non-refundable deposits that Princess is now offering, something that I want to share with you from someone's personal experience. And finally, we need to talk about Embarkation Times with Princess as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It is July 6th of 2023. And let's start at the top talking about the cruise ship that hit the pier as she was coming in today. The Ruby Princess has been sailing a round trip out of San Francisco up to Alaska, running those amazing Alaskan summer sailings that we all are so excited about. Well, as she was coming back into San Francisco this morning, she did indeed hit the pier there as she was pulling up to dock, and there is indeed damage done to the ship. This apparently happened about 6:05 a.m. is what is being reported. We have a Let's Go family member who reported to us, said that he did indeed feel a big shudder on the ship. Of course, they didn't realize what had happened right then, but they didn't indeed feel it as the ship hit the pier there. The cruise line officials and the local authorities are looking at the Ruby Princess to assess the damage and what, if anything, has to be done about it right now. The next sailing of the Ruby Princess is set to sail this afternoon at 4 p.m. So we will be anxious to hear if that's going to be delayed at all and what, if any, work has to be done immediately on the Ruby Princess. Now, a really important thing to remember is to be flexible. I know I keep telling myself that. I just feel like on this next trip I have to be flexible. So remember to be flexible. If you are stuck there at the port waiting to be able to embark, or if anything happens, let us know what's going on. But every now and again something unexpected happens. A Let's Go family member posted on our Facebook that they're trying to fly from Chicago to make it to London for their cruise, and their flights were canceled due to weather. So yesterday they went home and they are trying again today. Their cruise does not go until July 9th though, Sunday, so I am really happy that they've got some wiggle room there. So flexibility, I think, is key, but we're really excited to hear how everything goes with everyone there on the Ruby Princess. Now, in addition to hitting the pier today, last night, our Let's Go family member also reported that a passenger on board the ship had to be medically evacuated. As he said, it must have been really urgent, knowing that they were going to be coming right into the port this morning, that they had to go ahead and airlift them off the ship. So, of course, our thoughts and prayers are with those people, the person that had to be airlifted and their family members as well. I always my thoughts and prayers go out first, and then I always have to make everybody please get insurance or have a plan in mind how you're going to pay for that and navigate everything if something happens to you. Now, as you all know, we are heading out on the Island Princess on July 12th, next Wednesday. We still do not have an embarkation time. We are green laned. We've got our little QR code to show when we get there and everything, but we do not have an embarkation time, and nothing comes up on our app to do an embarkation time. So my guess is that we're not going to have an embarkation time. Gordon and I are signed up to take the transfer from the airport over to the port there in Copenhagen, but no embarkation time. So we are just going to go. But I wanted to let you know in association with that. So clearly for our cruise, there's no embarkation time so far. Now our cruise does not depart until 8 p.m. out of Copenhagen. So I don't know if that has anything to do with us not having an embarkation time, but I've got a couple of Let's Go family members lately who have been so gracious to let me know that right at 60 days, their embarkation time became available. So I'm wondering if it depends on what ship you're sailing on, what time your sail away time is. I don't really know what determines whether or not you get an embarkation time. And one interesting thing that happened, and so it makes me wonder if Princess is going to make a transition a little bit away from embarkation times, is a Let's Go family member shared that they were calling Princess to find out about their embarkation time. They were on the phone for a very long time. They went through like different layers of people there, and the end answer is there not going to be embarkation times anymore. So I am honestly not sure if that customer service rep was mistaken, the ones that they spoke with, or if this is a transition. So we are just planning to be over to the airport right to get on board the transfer by 9, I think, is what we're thinking about, because it is a ride out to the port. Once we get there, then I don't mind. It's not a really long ride, but we don't mind waiting if we have to wait a little bit, since we're not really sure. So my guess is 9, maybe 10. I don't know. We'll see how tired we are after all of our travels before we get to that point of our trip. Along with us not having an embarkation time on the app there, I just thought it would be really fun to tell you some things that are already showing up in our app that I've noticed. So, they have that the JourneyView with the timeline of events, and I really enjoy looking forward to it. And it looks like it is very, very fully populated now. It'll be fun to see what else they add, but I wanted to tell you a couple of things. It looks like they have a lot of really good, lots of fun things to do throughout the day, both on the port days and on the sea days. So we get on the ship on Wednesday, and we do not have a sea day until Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we are in ports. But I did notice that during the port day, if people are not going to get off the ship, there are a lot of really good activities going on. And then, of course, in the evening, they got movies under the stars. I don't see a lot of production shows yet. There's an illusion show that's going to be, and then some singers, a singer or two here and there. So I will let you know how the entertainment shapes up. But I was really happy to see that on the very first sea day, we get to have 2 destination lectures. On this cruise, there are 4 ports in Iceland. So the one earlier in the day will cover 2 of them, and then one later in the day will cover the other 2. And also on that day, there is enrichment, and it's called Sink the Bismarck. So my guess is it's going to be all about the Bismarck, that German ship. So I'll let you know how that turns out. I've been trying to look to see if they had any other enrichment or anything else to go with anywhere else we're visiting, and I haven't seen that yet. So I really hope that there is more, so I hope it gets added. But we're really excited. There's trivia. There's Maverick, the brand new Maverick Top Gun movie is going to be one of the nights on Movies Under the Stars. Just lots of really fun things. And so we're really looking forward to it. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be a boring cruise at all. I wasn't expecting boring, but when you go so far and you've got such a port intensive cruise, it's hard to know what to expect sometime. But it sounds like Princess is doing an excellent job with the entertainment and so much to do. They've also got, if anybody wants to suggest, I'm thinking of doing the fitness class thing for 14 days. That would be a good thing in my life. And then also, I have never played Mahjong before. I hope I'm saying that right. So if anyone has anything that you would like to give me input on learning those 2 things, let me know. Kind of going out on a limb there telling you that. But I'm really excited to learn new things and do things a little bit differently. Now, I want to talk to you a minute about non-refundable deposits. I've mentioned a couple of times now that non-refundable deposits seem to be cropping up more and more. And so you have to be really careful when you're booking a cruise to pay attention so that you know if you are getting a non-refundable deposit or not. Now, just off the top of my head, I do know that the major cruise lines that so many people cruise on do have non-refundable deposits. Princess is offering more non-refundable deposits, and we've got a Let's Go family member who lives in Australia, and she booked a non-refundable deposit, knew that it was a non-refundable deposit. That was okay. But the price dropped quite a bit, so they refared it, and then the price dropped a bunch again. So they went back, called and asked if they could have that lower price again, and were told that when you book a non-refundable deposit, you can only refare it 1 time. So I wanted to make sure that that is super clear to everybody, that when you choose that non-refundable deposit, it sounds like you are not only choosing that your deposit's non-refundable, but that there are some other details that go with it. I have searched all over the Princess website. I have Googled it. I have looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find a set of rules that go with their non-refundable deposits. So if any of you come across that, let me know. I've even looked on Polar Online. They have a little handy answers section. I've searched everything that I can think of. I called and nobody seems to know. So I am really excited. If any of you have come across that anywhere, let us know. But do be aware when you book those non-refundable deposits that there are probably more strings attached than we initially suspected. The last fun update I wanted to bring to tell you is that yesterday I was telling you all about how Uber is now offering a boat service that boat drivers can be kind of like car drivers are with Uber is in Mykonos, so that you can go around the island, go anywhere you would like to go on a boat. So I am grateful a Let's Go family member let us know that in London, Uber also does boats on the Thames. So if you're there and you want to get to go down the Thames or go have that be your mode of transportation to get somewhere there along the river, that is also an option. So I am really excited about this. We're going to have to try this. And so I'll see where I am next that they have Uber. I don't know if they'll have that in Bruges. We're going to go to Bruges on Saturday. So maybe I'll just see if that comes up on my phone or take a look around and see. I know they have canal cruises, but it would be really interesting to know. And we should just, like anyone else that knows a place that does boat tours with Uber, let us know. And maybe I'll have Gordon put that list up on our website, because that would come in really handy. I really appreciate you all being here with me. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We need you more than you know, and would love to have you in our Let's Go family. And I will add, if you do Facebook, come and join us in our Let's Go Travel Tips Facebook group. People share so much there. Information, answers to questions, experiences, lots. So you should join us there. That's like one of my favorite things to still look through our Facebook page. Then also, if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Look forward to taking you with us on our trip. We're going to leave tomorrow morning bright and early. We're going through JFK to Brussels, Belgium. So we'll go live when we can, and look forward to seeing you there. So take really good care, everyone. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. Take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.